So what does Fubar actually mean? Narrator. If you're curious about more wild military slang, make sure to subscribe and join us for more fascinating stories. Netflix recently released Season 2 of Fubar, in which Arnold Schwarzenegger and Monica Barbaro play a couple of CIA operatives who also happen to be father and daughter. The two navigate personal relationships and high-stakes missions simultaneously. Not exactly a how-to for achieving work-life balance, you know? The series takes its title from a military acronym dating back to World War II. Here's what Fubar stands for, how it's been used over the decades, and, well, a bit more. So, what does Fubar stand for? Well, Fubar stands for fouled up beyond all recognition, where honestly a stronger F-word is sometimes swapped in for fouled. It's an adjective that World War II soldiers came up with to mean thoroughly confused, disordered, damaged, or ruined, at least according to Merriam-Webster. And, you know, just like scuba, radar, and other acronyms that eventually became part of everyday language, Fubar is now often just written in lowercase. Fubar hits print in its earliest known citation from a January 1944 issue of Yank, the Army Weekly, which was a U.S. military magazine published during World War II. The article features diary excerpts by Corporal Larry McManus about the Battle of Macon, a clash between Allied and Japanese forces at Macon, an atoll in the Gilbert Islands, back in November 1943. Among the American troops was this so-called Fubar Squadron, which kept helping out different branches of the military without being officially claimed by any of them. McManus described one of the Fubars, Sergeant J.C. Hart, as wearing a khaki Army garrison cap, navy blue dungaree pants, and a green twill jacket bearing the letters USMC. Hart told McManus, "We were with the Army Air Forces when we went to Virginia a couple of months ago for training in air-ground liaison. Then we went to San Diego and were attached to the Navy for duty. We went broke in a hurry. The Navy wouldn't pay us, said we belonged to the Army. The Army claimed we were sailors. Eventually the Fubars made their way to Alaska with the Marines and then got sent to Macon for air-ground liaison. One Fubar lieutenant joked that they were probably all listed as AWOL. He said, maybe our records will catch up with us someday. It's honestly not clear whether Fubar was coined specifically for this squadron and then spread as broader military slang. The Fubars definitely got around enough for that to be possible. But it's also possible that the term was already out there and just seemed especially fitting for such a mixed-up group. After all, Fubar was far from the only term of its kind. There were in fact more military screw-up acronyms. World War II was really a golden age for these, as Paul Dixon described in his book War Slang, American Fighting Words and Phrases Since the Civil War. It also gave us the most classic one snafu, which stands for situation normal, all fouled up. The term kind of captures the common soldier's laconic acceptance of the disorder of war and the ineptitude of their superiors, according to the Oxford English Dictionary. In an article for Medium, Jack Shepard took a look at a bunch of lesser-known military screw-up acronyms from Dixon's book. And just so you know, every foul in these acronyms can be replaced with, you guessed it, the F-word. But you know, Fubar isn't just an adjective. You can actually use it as a verb too, meaning to make a mistake. According to Green's Dictionary of Slang, other definitions include things like extremely unhappy, very unattractive, very drunk, out of luck, and exhausted. 20th century college students deserve a lot of the credit for expanding the term's usage beyond just military-coded disorder and damage. In the very drunk sense, it's even been shortened to Foob, so basically Fubar has become a kind of multi-purpose synonym for F up,